I'm representing Business with Borders, which was the fictitious student organization on campus we made up. And as you'll know, a lot of student organizations try to pass out flyers in the pit, so here we are in the pit. And the first simulation was our control, so I just tried to hand out the flyer saying, like, come to our benefit night at Banditos, like, we're Business with Borders, and there's no motivation techniques.
Yeah. Hey, come to Business with Borders, come to our event tonight.
For our second trial, we were going to use intrinsic motivation to get them to take the flyer. So we said, come to our Banditos benefit night, you'll be supporting kids in underdeveloped countries as a way to motivate them to take the flyer. Take a flyer for a Banditos benefit night. It benefits children in underdeveloped countries.
Alright, and for our third simulation, we're doing external motivation. So I offered our passerbys candy first, and then offered them the flyer after. So the candy was like the external treat that we wanted to pull them in to get the flyer. Do you want a piece of candy?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll also come out to Banditos. We're having a benefit night to help kids in underdeveloped countries.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really excited to share with you the results of our flyer distribution experiment in the pit. As you can see from this graph, intrinsic motivation as well as extrinsic motivation drastically increased the rate at which people in the pit were willing to take flyers. There was a 50% increase over the base case scenario with intrinsic motivation and a whopping 196% increase with extrinsic motivation. Thus, the big takeaway from this graph is that in order to motivate people to take flyers in the pit, extrinsic motivation is really the way to go. Simultaneously with our experiment, we also conducted a survey to kind of assess people's attitudes towards receiving flyers in the pit. We got 41 responses from members of the Carolina community, gathering both quantitative and qualitative information. This particular chart here, we used a 0 to 6 scale, where 0 was strongly disagree, 6 was strongly agree. And as you can see, people really dislike taking or being offered flyers in the pit, as evidenced by these low scores. Whereas, when you added some motivation to the mix, particularly extrinsic, people were a lot more inclined to take flyers in the pit, really confirming our experimental results.
So now we're going to be talking about the theories we used in our experiment. So overall, we tried to increase organizational citizenship behaviors, which is things you don't have to do but are nice for others. So they're kind of helping the community. And in a college campus, that would be something like taking a flyer, which was our experiment. So for our control, we didn't use any theories, but for our next round of observations, we used intrinsic motivation. And the theory we matched with this was the job characteristics model. And the three main parts of the job characteristics model are the core job dimension, personal and job outcomes, and critical and psychological states. Specifically, we focused on the psychological states and tried to increase task significance. So we tried to tell people that their actions would really be helping others. So we would say, come out to this benefit night to help the kids, so that you really know your actions are impacting someone else, and that is increasing your internal motivation. Then for our external motivation, we looked at the expectancy theory, and the three main parts of this are effort, performance, and outcome. And to increase motivation, you should theoretically increase every aspect of the expectancy theory. So for the effort to performance link, we started to talk about what performance was expected from customers or from students. So we said, we want you to take this flyer. Very simple. From performance to outcome is the instrumentality link, and that's where you try to link your reward to the action you want. So we said, if you take this flyer, you'll receive a Jolly Rancher, which was our extrinsic motivator. And finally, we looked at the outcome, or the valence, and we tried to get students to value this reward. So we said, this is an external reward, it's Jolly Ranchers, and who doesn't like Jolly Ranchers, especially during lunchtime when we did our simulations. So overall, we found that the job characteristics model and intrinsic motivation helped increase how many people took flyers a little bit, but the expectancy theory and extrinsic motivation were much more powerful, and we saw much better results. So overall, we would recommend that college students use extrinsic motivations if they want more people to take their flyers. Specifically, we think they should link the reward to the action that they want people to do, take the flyer, and offer rewards that are valuable to the people